Okay, Alana Beard of the Washington Mystics. Alana, thanks for taking the time to speak with me this morning. Um, can you just fill us in a little bit on where you're at and how play's going?
I'm currently in Poland, Gdynia, Poland. It's sort of a city right on the Baltic Sea. It's pretty nice here. I've been here since November 8th, and definitely looking forward to going home for Christmas. Counting my days right now.
Okay, and this is your second year in Poland, correct? How does this compare to the other places that you've played, Korea and Poland? Which do you prefer, and what are the differences in the leagues?
Um, of course, it's two different cultures. Korea is a place that where I think I could possibly live one day. Poland, on the other hand, I'll deal with it for the 5 months that I do deal with it. Um, it's just two different styles. Korea is a culture that's very loyal, and they're hard workers and they're very routine. Whereas in Poland, it's pretty much like Europe. It's the European style. Everyone's laid back. They go to work, but they also play. Um, but it's fun. It was fun in both countries.
And what are the differences that really stand out to you between the American style of play and then being overseas and playing in like the Euro League? Obviously, there are a lot of Americans that go over there and play, but how is the style of play different? And are you forced to kind of change the way you play your game?
You're not forced to change. If anything, it makes you a lot better simply because the styles are very different. Whereas in the States, you have players that are very athletic and you're competing against an athletic player every single day. They can do more than one thing. They're not just one dimensional. Whereas in Europe, I think it's a more fast-paced game. Up and down, a lot of shooters. You have 6, 8 players that can probably shoot the three better than a shooting guard. But the styles are very different. They play a passing game more than a one-on-one game. If anything, I wouldn't say that I've had to change my game, but it has helped tremendously.
And I guess if you could just explain kind of the difficulties in, I don't think people really understand. They see you play in the WNBA for 4 months and then go away for like 6, or some girls go away for like 3. Just what do you miss the most, and is this something that you plan on doing throughout your career?
It is something that I plan on doing throughout my career, simply because that's where we make the bulk of our money. The league, the WNBA has a set salary, but overseas there is no limit as to how much you can get paid. So for women, we make a great living overseas, and on the other hand, it's a good way for us to stay competitive also. Because we have such a long off season from the WNBA. WNBA season lasts for about 4 months, and our off season is about 7. So we have to be competitive, so it's a good to keep us in shape. But it tends to get hard. The first years you go over, you're pretty excited about it. You're new to everything, but when you have to leave your family, when you have to miss holidays, it can get pretty hard. Not being able to be in the States and being in an environment that you're used to. But I have no complaints. I'm very blessed because I get to do a lot of things, and a lot of people won't get to do these things in their lifetime. So, I've seen so many countries I can't even count on 2 hands, let alone 4, how many, countries I've been to.
Okay, so you're in Poland right now. We're talking to you while you're at your house.
Yeah, I'm at my house.
Okay, and what do you do during your free time? How many practices a day do you have, and what do you find your time, or what do you find yourself doing during your downtime?
Um, you know, like our schedule is we practice at 9:30 and at 5. So at 9:30 in the morning, we have probably weights and shooting. If you it means you're definitely not taking advantage of the team practice that you have, because in Europe they take that very seriously. So in the morning we have shooting practice for about an hour, hour and a half, shooting and weights. And then in the evening is our full-blown practice, which we call a taped practice. So we have to tape our ankle braces and be ready to go as if, it's a game. In between, I sort of just sit around and, watch TV. And I make me a lunch, maybe a smoothie, and wait until the next practice. Well, sometimes after our last practice, we'll get together, a few of us on the team, go out to dinner, here and there. But other than that, it's a pretty basic life.